A special shout out goes over to Mike DeMann.
And a special shout out goes right back to you, I Balance. This video has been sent to me by several people, so I have not even watched it yet, but I saw it's 15 minutes long, and it has to do with where did Daniel take Jack and Lily, who was involved, who drove the car, and who wound up using the ATV that had been parked at the house of Earl. So I still, things are moving so fast that I still haven't gotten to the audio of Janie, which is somewhere mentioning that Daniel never drives the ATV. Why did she feel a need to mention that and make such a big deal out of it? She also talked about the ATV hadn't been uh, at her house for 5 years. Why did she feel a need to mention these things? You see, that stood out to me in the very, not in the beginning, the moment that I heard it, it stood out to me already. I didn't know exactly why, but now it all makes sense. If you have watched my last couple of videos, you will realize just how, oh, look what he did. He marked Earl Martell's house here, then Jack and Lily are there. So this map, of course, is from a different, this is from a different angle. So north would be, this would be west, west, this would be north, something like that. So south is north and north is south. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, I've made a lot of videos about this already, but this is so important to me. Then here the boot print was found and the blanket close to each other. Coincidence? I don't think so. Like I said, I think they went to Earl's house. One of them, I think it was Daniel, gotten the ATV. These dirt roads can lead all the way to the ocean without him being seen on camera. But still, the same way that how should I say? One of you guys put it so well. I gotta go to Twitter to see what actually was stated about how you have always, there are so many cases that are just where people get stuck, and then you find almost, well, I mean, Tron on X, Lily's pink blanket is equivalent to when Christopher Watts played the CCTV footage and the baby fetus all of a sudden came onto the screen, and I don't know what that means, the black liquid. It's that clue from beyond. And yeah, I mean, it is so strange how many cases I have seen where people are masterminding something, but this one thing gets them caught. This one thing, and it's just I don't even know how to put it. But wow, it is the clue from beyond. I mean, I have my own ways I would put it, but it's like somebody saying, "Not so fast, dude. Not so fast. You know the back roads, you know all of this, but not so fast, bro." I've seen so many cases where people, and I mean, Daniel's not a brilliant guy, but I do believe that he knows these back roads in and out. He knows the fishing spots. In the beginning, I was not so aware of these possibilities. and I was looking more at highways and the toll booths, and I'm looking now, of course, at the maps, at everything that Google Maps isn't capturing. Maps isn't catching any of these little roads that are so easy to access via an ATV. So the reason I believe that JD talked about the ATV, and it not having been there in 5 years, because it was there, or it was used that night, and I believe it was used by Daniel. And Daniel knows exactly how to get to the ocean through all of these roads. I do believe that he, went these ways many, 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 many times when he went fishing, right? He takes an ATV and just he knows where to go. So that particular night, I believe that maybe one or two trips with the car were, to drop him off alongside the children, the bodies of the children. That's a possibility I'm looking at. I am not 100% on it, but this is where the combination of these statements and the possibilities lead me, especially seeing this map. So there was, of course, I'm not going to repeat myself about getting the shoes and the backpack later, and the two sheds, cabins, one with the brand new lock. And it stood out so much to Belinda because everything there, everything that belongs to Daniel and his family is shitholish, right? Except there is this brand spanking new lock, and it stood out even more than this clean ATV stood out. What, after they've been searching, it's been cleaned? That shows me that whenever they returned to the house in the morning, somebody cleaned that ATV. They were supposed to go searching, and the ATV should have been a little bit dirty. They should have left it a little bit dirty. But then again, because their story is that they went all over the place, they didn't search. They were hiding from the public. They were hiding from the police. They were hiding from um, Belinda. They were hiding from Malea's grandmother. They were hiding. That's what I believe. Daniel and Justin and I believe Janie even. I believe they were at one point. They were hiding. They didn't want to be seen. They didn't want Belinda uh, and others ask him more and more questions. They wanted to look like the good guys who go out searching and have no time to talk. They didn't search anything. That's why the ATV is so damn clean. They were supposed to doing all the culverts, everything. Come on, man. Okay, let's go.
Charmaine from over at It's a Criming Shame. They have a screenshot of Google Earth where they set a couple pins of Earl's house and where the pink blanket in the tree was located, and another boot print. We're going to look at that now, and it's on your screen. You can find this link to my project in Google Earth in the description of this video. It'll take you here. The purpose was, well, as I was listening to people, I'll zoom in.
And like I said, what I am now still looking at are the possibilities in terms of which direction he could have gone. Is this Kobe Kid or towards Chance Harbor, Alma up north? I don't know yet. And I'm not going to force myself to make a guess either.
Out a little bit.
Mm.
But I was trying to locate possible dump sites, search sites, we'll call them, highlighting all of the bodies of water, inland.
Yeah, but I am going to go with the ocean, guys. And the reason being, Malaya saying a huge surf effort. I do believe there was a conversation that they had where Daniel explained to her about the tides taking the bodies out to the water. I do believe that took place, guys. And the muddy waters out there, I believe that it was the ocean where Daniel gotten rid of Jack and Lily. Not the lake, not a river. He made sure the bodies would be taken far away so they will never be found.
Little bodies of water, as you can see.
I've been using Grammarly for 3 years.
We found Rug Lake the other day. That's the other way, though. But I want to go through something with you just to give you, the viewer at home, a better idea of where it is we're looking and the possibilities. I'm going to take you through two here that most logically, right away, came into my mind. You're going to have all kinds of ideas as well. But this is a starting point and a good baseline for people to.
And one thing I wanted to do before I forget, I have to share with you the a better version of the videos of the area.
This is the pipeline. It's grown in now, but before, like in May, it was like a path almost. Like you could get through there with an ATV. This is the pipeline.
This is the pipeline.
It's grown in now, but before, like in May, it was like a path almost. Like you could get through there with an ATV.
Absolutely. He passed that area by ATV. Question is, where did he go after that? Did he go back down towards where the blanket was found? Down south towards the main road? Or did from there he continue up north or west? Jeez.
So it's up past behind those trees Earl lives. I lied to you. Earl's house is up in the mailbox said Martel. So it's up past behind those trees Earl lives.
Yeah.
I lied to you. Earl's house is up in the...
And I showed you guys the map, remember? So back to my map. North is here. This is correct with north, west, east, and south. And this is where Earl lives, right here. And yes, there's a main road, Lansdowne Road, and there behind some trees and visible from some parts is Earl's house.
The mailbox said Martel. So it's up past behind those trees Earl lives.
Great.
I lied to you. Earl's house is up in the... An absolute dump, just like the rest of their houses. There's Earl's house. I'm pretty positive this is Earl's house.
Yeah.
An absolute dump, just like the rest of their houses. There's Earl's house. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, they're all the same, man. They all live the same way. And that's why Logan thinks she's so amazing, because she lives a little bit better, you know what I mean? Logan is actually, as dumb as she is, she's considered the smart one in that family. Believe me. So I've said it before. Why are some people so confident when they have such limited capabilities? Because the people they grew up with were even worse. So when she has her way of coming on and trying to set everybody straight and telling some of the most blatant lies and giving away so much of what actually happened because she is used to being around a bunch of dummies who wouldn't be able to catch it, who wouldn't be able to catch anything. So, you know,
Positive this is Earl's house.
yeah, there it is. And you could see it on a map, right, guys? Here. You can even see that. You can almost see that driveway. Yeah, you can actually see it. Anyways, right back to it.
We're here trying not to get fucking murdered by some method, but this bridge right here, I don't know if you remember when that tint guy was taking videos while he was driving around, and there was an officer flying a drone on this bridge right here, which has like a little body of water. Now I'm kind of like in the middle of.
But see, I can imagine when, I mean, look at that situation, man. They're telling us, or they made it sound like two children just wandered off into the woods. That's why it took 40 people to do the search. And Duping Delight Daniel wasn't able to hang. So he removed himself and pretended to search. That's exactly what he did, guys. So, let me check this out. All right, let me keep going.
Nowhere here trying not to get fucking murdered by some method, but this bridge right here, I don't know if you remember when that tint guy was taking videos while he was driving around, and there was an officer flying a drone on this bridge right here, which has like a little body of water. Now I'm kind of like in the middle of nowhere here trying not to. Road where the blanket was apparently found.
Right.
You can see all the ribbons and shit. I've driven down this road probably 20 times though since it happened.
Yeah, so I believe he was riding the ATV, getting ready to get rid of the bodies, and something took place. A piece of blanket was lost. I believe they ripped it apart that night to use. Why did they rip? I don't know, but I believe that's when. Yeah. I don't know yet.
There's no real. There's some
But
small bodies of water like a little bit further up this way, but they're like tiny creeks and shit. Like it's nothing serious. And yeah, so this is. I don't know exactly where the blanket was found, but this is the road it was found on. All right, so this is the dirt road. People up here, or some people said Earl lives up here on the right. I'm pretty sure he lives on the left side of the road. Because when I was out here the day that they went missing,
okay, they're not in order, obviously, but you get the point.
There was RCMP officers at this house. And I remember saying, like, that's weird. Why are there 2 or 3 RCMP officers up at this house? So, there's a house to the right. That's not obviously Earl's right here.
And now?
I'm pretty sure Earl's is up here on the left. I'm going to be a little bit careful with my videotaping. I'm not trying to fight an old man. But
what you doing? He reminds me of... What you doing? What you doing? He reminds me of like some cartoon character, right? Earl, the way he approached Tint. Yeah.
There's the pipeline. I'll show it on the way back. When I turn around, I'll get a better video of it. Okay, so I believe Earl's house is to the left up here.
And of course, a big shout out to whoever you are that took this video. Thank you very much. It's people like you who help fill in the blanks. And again, I think, you know, they wound up at the ocean. So we need to figure out what path Daniel had taken to know where the children were taken. I believe it was the bodies of the children. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty in the court of law and all this. But that's exactly what I believe, guys. And I still say there is a chance that somewhere on the way there was a camera somewhere, maybe closer to the ocean. I don't know. He obviously knows that there are, you know, all of these dirt roads that lead there where you don't have to go through any residential neighborhoods and so on. You know what I mean? Daniel knows his way around that area. So that's why they haven't been able to see that's why they haven't been able to see anything yet on camera. The other thing that was pointed out to me just now, the boots are clean. What's up with that? You've been searching, you've been so busy searching all the dirt roads, the culverts, through all the mud. Yeah, I don't see any trace of and look, all this junk, everything, everywhere there's junk around. Now that's not the right angle for the window. Okay, let's finish this.
I don't think it's that one. It might have been that one I just passed. All right, I'm going to turn around here, take a new video. And I know some people up here, or some people said Earl lives up here on the right. I'm pretty sure he lives on the left side of the road. Because when I was out here the day that they went missing, there was RCMP officers at this house. And I remember saying, like, that's weird. Why are there...
So, I mean, you get the idea, guys. One more, and this one is good.
Here's the entrance to those cabins, the first entrance.
Exactly, the cabins, remember?
We go up here. And so on the right is the road that Janie mentioned, like they walked to, or like Daniel was driving down. This is like a dirt road.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly they picked him up there, right? That morning.
All right, here we go. Then up here on the left are the cabins that Kent was talking about yesterday, I think. And the day that they went missing, I walked down this. I think it's gated off here. Yeah, yeah. So it's just up here right here on the left. Those are where the cabins are and shit. Right here, you go down like a road and whatever down there. Okay, still no neighbors, by the way. There's no neighbors around here. And this, I'm right by their...
Yeah, look at this, man. I mean, and that is something where, I, at the beginning, I thought, okay, now with all the cameras and everything, they're going to catch something, right? But boy, was I wrong about this one. And now I see why, because I'm pretty sure the cameras that the neighbor had, she said she had, like 20 cameras somewhere for, to film, film the forest and the wildlife or what have you. I'm pretty sure these cameras were, yeah, maybe they were easy to detect. Maybe Daniel knew what to avoid. And us city folks don't know the backwoods. We got no idea. We wouldn't know how to do this. But Daniel is in his element there when it comes to nature, the forest, fishing. He knows this. You know, he would look at us if we had to do what he does there, go through all of this and then find the best spots to. We would, in his world, we wouldn't be. We would probably look as dumb as he does in our world. But there's another thing that both Chris Proudfoot and Daniel Martell have in common. Chris Proudfoot kept bragging about no evidence being there, right? No evidence whatsoever. I believe what they wound up doing with Sebastian's body made sure he's never going to be found. This is the confidence that I get from Chris Proudfoot. And the similar confidence I detect in Daniel as well, in terms of there's not going to be a surprise where all of a sudden the bodies of Jack and Lily will be found and the officers will come to his house in the middle of the night and cuff him and move him to prison, the jail first, then prison. I don't believe, these two guys, they're yapping so much because they are confident in that regard. And both of them have a main problem, and that is the public opinion. What the hell do I have to do to make people believe me? Daniel is more desperate in that way. Chris Proudfoot is just like, whatever he said. I mean, I'm happy. I'm starting to forget all this crap from Chris Proudfoot. And I think that his annoying voice was replaced in my head with the annoying voice of Janie's. But that, you would not care as much about what people are saying if you thought the police is getting close. So, of course, everything indicates the Proudfoots. Everything indicates Daniel. Everything. So what can they do? He can talk about the polygraph. He can talk about how much he searches. He can talk about all the things, these things. He thinks ahead how, one day his children will ask some serious questions and he wants them to know how much he did for Jack and Lily. He's a bullshitter, people. His strategy is to overshadow the committed crime with fake searches, fake pleas, fake everything. The more he talks, the less people are going to think about what actually happened. He realizes his life has changed forever and it's not going to change back. And he knows he cannot prove his innocence because he's not innocent, in my opinion. And the other thing, of course, where Chris Proudfoot has an advantage over him is Chris is with Katie. And they help each other. They keep each other at bay. They keep each other scripted. Katie scripting him. They're a team. And boy, are they a good team. I have to say that. Wherever he lacks, she packs. And Daniel doesn't have it. It's just him and his crazy mama. And they're both shooting themselves in the foot. And then you have cousin Logan. Now, let me handle that. Makes it worse. That's why Chris and Katie, they discuss, they strategize. Daniel, it's the opposite. He's actually falling into the traps of social media because he wants to reach Malaya. But I think that has stopped and it's sinking in. Like, dude, you better keep your mouth shut because we are watching everything you're saying, every move you make, every word you breathe, or whatever, or what have you. Now I forgot my song. It's okay. So let me finish this up because I have to see if there's anything new happening.
Their house. So if somebody was coming to abduct them, I mean, we're in the middle of.
And isn't it also strange that these roads are so empty, yet Belinda wound up driving these roads not knowing that Jack and Lily were actually there in that area.
Nowhere. This is like a property that nobody goes to.
Yeah.
Still no neighbors.
Yeah.
Still nothing, by the way. Haven't seen a house in fucking 5 minutes.
Nothing, honey.
There's a little path. And then here comes the fucking
everywhere there's paths.
Meth house. This is right where the meth house is.
The best house, you mean? Yes. There it is.
Nobody's home. Right now, must be busy. So we come all the way up here. You seen where the house was. Gotta put the phone down. There's a cop.
Good idea.
So there's a street back there. There's some houses down that street, but it's not that close.
And this is where I have to stop, guys. So, you may remember that I already did a video on Jayden Spicer. And I had only one statement to go by, and that was, of course, the handwritten note by the mother who wanted to stay anonymous at the time. And, of course, it's no surprise that she's been arrested. He's been found unalived, and this, I guess, on August, 21 hours ago. I uploaded this, or it was uploaded, and it's as unlisted. I prepared a video. I wanted to make a video about Jayden, even though things are moving so fast with Jack and Lily right now. That's why I didn't publish it. I got sidetracked, of course. But there were statements that I did look at. And one of them is from Jayden's aunt. And I found this one interesting. So I just want to play this to you. It's only a couple of minutes long, but this was the video I was going to share with you guys. This is what I was going to talk about and didn't. And that was, of course, before Jayden was found and the mother was arrested. Just did in the case of Jayden. And the problem right now with the case of Jayden is that I don't have a lot of statements. So I have my own thoughts, of course, but I don't like to express them unless I have the statements to back it up. So this one was from the aunt, from one of the aunts. Jayden does have medical issues. Their house isn't directly near Panbow Lake, but it's close to it. He requires sensitive care and gets scared easily. His sisters, cousins, aunt, uncle are severely devastated and praying for the best. Of course, what I said was, whom didn't she mention, right? Who was not devastated? And I think this case was pretty clear from the beginning because, you know, to have such a short note and so many red flags in it was just overwhelming. Because of whom she doesn't mention.
He does not like insects at all, so or the dark. Them looking up in the hills. I mean, any child can go anywhere, but it just seems so unreal that he would go up there.
Yeah, this is Sebastian Rogers vibes right there, right? And of course, they're always trying to convince us that some autistic children just run away in the middle of the night or in the early morning hours or whatever. No, man. God, why can't I see this? This is the comment section. Wait a minute. All right, I'm just going to read the comments as they come. Krista, I want to see your comment. My girlfriend Googled it, and that ATV that you, Mike Damon, zoomed in on, for sure, a 5-speed Honda four tracks Rancher. That company only made a 5-speed and an automatic. That is interesting, guys, because we need to figure out what vehicle the neighbor may have heard. This is crucial now, guys. This is absolutely crucial. So, could it be that what the neighbor heard was actually an ATV? In the article, it was named as a car. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And she says it's a really big 5-speed, and it does have extra storage and aftermarket extra storage. So this is a really big 5-speed. So here's some of your comments. Referring to Janie as the step-grandmother is an insult to real grandmothers who actually care about their grandchildren. Yeah, I had a problem with that as well, to call her step-grandmother. And then she's not their step-mother. What? Anyways. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I felt I made too many videos, but you know what? When it comes, it comes. And then I will make no videos for 2 or 3 days, because when there's nothing that, except sometimes I go back into statements, and I feel like I always have something to talk about, but I need to prioritize as well, right? I don't want to have dead air. I don't want to go over things unless they're actually, the dots connect. The dots have to connect. So yeah, I'm making more. Great video, Mike. I love your. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. A match made in freaking hell, yeah. Daniel's parents, a match made in hell. That's for sure, guys. Slow-minded. Okay. Yeah, say it how it comes. I'm with you, Mike. I want to know more about Justin, too. Yeah, I want to know more about Justin, man. Justin is hiding. Justin is completely hiding. So I want to know why. Oh, I didn't know that, Brandy. Ron Mackenzie, Logan's dad, is her brother who lives nearby, and she contacted early. I know he lives nearby, and that's the part I didn't. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's where Logan, I guess, comes from. Logan is the same like them, but she, doesn't live in a trailer, so she thinks she's a little bit better than them. She thinks she has a right to speak. And you see, also when I look again, I believe this Lily Jack account is her talking about Malaya's weight. I don't see much of a difference between her and Malaya. But you see, she considers herself better because she is she is obsessed with outdoing people. She wants to be more than she is. And that probably has to do with how she grew up, that, she was, in her element, sort of, but she felt like she deserved a better life than all of them. Who knows how it was, but there is a reason that people act like her. When they are really dumb, but think they have a lot to say. Oh, crap. Brandy, I'm just now thinking about this. That is such a good point. Ron Mackenzie, so Logan's dad, is Janie's brother that called her that morning. Isn't that interesting? I overlooked so many things. Ron Mackenzie, Logan's dad, is her brother who lives nearby, and she contacted early Friday morning. And remember, Logan mentioned how bad her dad was crying. Sure. Janie's brother was crying. Remember my analysis of this? Look up my old original, it was the second video I made about the original interview. And she didn't say he was crying. It was not a reliable statement. Jane also slips during one of her interviews and says, "My brother, me and Justin searched on the ATV." That is also a good question. What did they talk about? To go into town? Really? Is that why her brother called her? That's also not reliable, guys. Not necessarily. I have to look at this a little bit more. Why did her brother call her in the morning? And didn't she say she messaged him on Facebook before that? I need to look these things up. Wow. Guys, I guess I have to sift through. I will now, after this video, start looking into the more into the older statements from, or the statements that Janie gave on Facebook, the audio. And it's gonna be what, an hour, 2 hours long? I know Sunny had it on her channel, and I guess I'm gonna listen to all of this. I want to hear what happened in the morning when she got up and she got on Facebook, and I believe that she said that actually her brother messaged her. And that's Logan's daddy, who probably told Logan, "You gotta help these people." But I just had a conversation about Justin as well, guys. A private conversation. And I agree with this so much. Quiet, deliberate Justin seems so different from the rest of his family. This is exactly what I just told a couple of people. Justin seems extremely well adjusted. He grew up just as shitty as Daniel did, under the same two crazy parents. But he seems to not be, hyperactive like Earl or Daniel, and just fidgety. And he seems to be he seems to be calm. And I believe Belinda when she says that he was seriously crying. I don't believe Logan that her father was crying whatsoever. But I believe Justin was seriously crying. And I believe what he witnessed that night, or what he saw, or he saw the aftermath of what had taken place. And I believe that traumatized him. I do believe that, I'm asking the questions, not about him being involved in anything that happened to Jack and Lily, but in the cover up part. Who all was involved in that? Who all came together to make the evidence disappear? That's what I'm interested in. Good hypothesis, Mike. And what were the roles that each member played that night? That's exactly what I want to know, guys. And Starcat, hi. You say they both look exhausted, like they were up on up on mathematics for days. Well, yeah, Daniel, I guess that's a constant in his life, right? I mean, that's just how he is and who he is. And I don't know about Justin, man. I don't know. He seems a lot more normal than the rest of them. Okay, hi Mike. Yes, in Canada you have to. Okay, this is about the tax thing. I don't know. Did Daniel pay child support? How can he be expected to if he receives government aid because he doesn't work more than a shift a week? You know what I mean? So yeah, next time I will just make it statements, man. Please, guys, iamfiretown@gmail.com. Send me the Janie statements with timestamps if you have them. I will listen to all of his crap. It's gonna give me a headache, but maybe I do it together with you guys, where I listen to the audio and yeah. But look, Mike, too funny. You're right. Step Grand Monster heard both Jack, Lily, and Jack playing outside that morning, and only one footprint is found. 'Cause oops. Absolutely. These kids were playing. Where is the physical evidence that they were playing? Only one footprint was found. That's because after that footprint was left at night, or at night they disappeared, people. So there was no presence of Jack and Lily in the morning. That's all a fabrication. Everything that they told us. They're still with the same script. The script that Malaya and Daniel concocted together, maybe with help of Janie. She was probably there from the beginning. And that's also, I think, Janie stayed away, didn't want to say anything because Janie is not that bright. And she knew she wouldn't be able to keep the story straight. I'm just not going to talk. So for 2 months, she didn't talk. All of a sudden, she feels a need to do it. She forced herself not to talk. They probably told, she's worried about her children. Didn't she say, my kids have nothing to do with this, or something like that? There's so much in her language, including Justin, and that's why I'm looking at you, Justin. I'm looking at you because of your mama. Because your mama has a habit of giving everything away. Your mom is leaking like crazy. I don't have a proper analogy. Your mom is leaking like a ship that's been hit by a cannon, whatever. Your mom is leaking like crazy. I'm sure you guys come up with some better than that. Okay, this comment says for Earl to be telling Tin to stop recording, non-verbatim, and to be a man. Be a man. It makes you wonder why he's roaming that road in a threatening manner. It seems like he wanted to fight. By the way, did you notice the green tote boxes by the sliding door? No, I did not, but let me check it out.
This is the patio door.
These two tote boxes. Yeah. What's all in there? That wasn't there when Jack and Lily went missing, right? What's all in there?
That Jack and Lily would have. That Jack and Lily came out of.
Look at her body language. Oh, did you hear this? Hearing it wrong.
They went over this place with a fine-tooth comb every day that they were
Nasty.
searching. They were here.
God, how am I going to suffer through two? Guys, seriously, if you have these specific statements from her that pertain to the ATV, and please send it to me so I don't have to hear more than I have to from this woman.
You know how many times my trailer got searched 3 times.
By whom? By RCMP or by the search team?
Again, that is Janie McKenzie, the step-grandmother of Lily and Jack Sullivan.
That Jack and Lily would have. That Jack and Lily came out of.
Look at her body language. Let me see.
Jack and Lily would have. That Jack and Lily came out of.
Look at her body language. That Jack and Lily came out of. So she said would have come out of. That was the lady interviewing. Sounds like a crow, dude. Anyways, this is the right one.
So this is the patio. This is the patio door. That Jack and Lily would have. That Jack and Lily came out of.
You see? She says that Jack and Lily would have come out of if your bullshit story was true. And listen to her, that Jack and Lily, and she has to pause, came out of. That woman has no control over her language whatsoever. And she feels entitled. She is so entitled. Look at this body language, man. It's a miracle that Justin seems so normal growing up under that. And as I've stated before, my main thing are the statements. Straight up, guys. But that's why I love your comments, because like this, wasn't it just proven via a picture of the property from Friday that there weren't any swings? It's now confirmed that Janie has lied several times, in my opinion. There were piles of wood where the swings are now. Can you guys fill me in? Because I read so many different things. Oh, you know what? Your comment, I'm going to disregard that, because if you pay attention to that channel, then you're going to only confuse other people. If you bring garbage from elsewhere into my house, that's not a good idea. So don't tell me that there's a certain channel and the guy claims this or claims that, because I don't want anybody to be confused. Meaning, when people come to my channel, I expect them to find what they have been searching for and haven't been able to find elsewhere. Meaning, accuracy, not claims. This person, no, if you listen to a channel where the claim to fame is fabricating and flip-flopping and backtracking and not even being serious and having no skills and putting no energy into this, then I kindly ask you not to if they happen to say something correct, then let that be known via your own research and finding it out. So I'm now going to ask you guys if you know for sure about the swings, right? Because I heard about Malea's car. Was it driving? Wasn't it driving? The back and forth, the long discussions. I still don't know. I think it was driving. But we cannot be like those people. We cannot be satisfied with guesses. I want to know. I want to know for sure. So if you cannot figure it out on your own, or verify that what somebody else claims, is likely true, then don't mention it on my channel or anywhere for that matter. If you are somewhere and people make claims, well, if you give them your time and are in their chat, then ask specific questions. Make them prove it to you before you pass it on. Because otherwise, this will only lead to confusions. That's what happened to me early on in the case of Sebastian Riders, where I had to unlearn everything. All of these lies about Green Hoodie and all of that stuff, and people were mindlessly sharing that, right? Only confusing people, selling the premeditation theory, and so on and so on. And I believe if it wasn't for that, we could have gone a lot further in the case of Sebastian Rogers. So this is the kind of stuff that will make a cold, turn a case cold. When you see the general public discussing something that is surrounding the case, but never the case. That's what I believe is what was lacking in the case of Sebastian Rogers, that there was the real pressure, united pressure from the public on law enforcement to do their jobs properly, guys. Because if they made mistakes and they were embarrassed and covered them up. And only thing people do online is argue, Camp Green Hoodie versus Camp Proudfoot. And that so-called intelligence agency filing injunctions and this. What the hell are you paying attention to? And more than anything, why the hell are you sharing these things? That's what Twitter is all about. I unfollowed so many people on Twitter. I have refollowed a couple, but I unfollowed so many. And I realized, wow, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So this is, to me, you will never be able to analyze properly if you don't control what you allow yourself to pay attention to. I see it all the time because I talk to some of you who are able to see things and detect things, but then we don't see each other for a few days. And all of a sudden, I see you on Twitter arguing about yellow coat, green hoodie, all of this garbage, claiming that you can see Katie Proudfoot handing something to all of this nonsense, and all of a sudden your mind is gone. And I know if I don't limit what I listen to, I will lose track completely. I will also lose interest. So that's why I tell you right now, I am really just interested in seeing my own comment section, because it seems that the right things, you guys, a balance, yeah. I have to tell you, I slip and use the label mystery sometimes. You're right. There are no such thing. There are many labels that are used off and on. Mindlessly, may I add. When you call something a mystery, that means you're giving up on ever finding out what happened. Oh, it's just a mystery. Yeah, absolutely. There are many. And you know what? Statement analysis has taught me actually how much I have fallen into those patterns. So please don't use my channel to, reference the good channels, reference anything that's useful, guys. But not that one particular channel. That's a no-no, dude, unless you want to confuse my readers. The only one they confirm is Lily and Jack. Yeah, whose footprint was it, Lily's or Jack's? Whose print is it? No curiosity, Janie? It's a child's footprint? Which one? I'm assuming that Lily had a bigger foot than Jack, right? How many trips to clear the stuff out of the shed? And Julia asked, where did the stuff go? Yeah, I think they're connected. They have their own little culture there, their rock culture. And if they give the stuff away for free, there are many takers. Is it hot? I don't care. I take it. So, that is probably, but that's why it took quite a few trips. And, they probably forgot some stuff. They went back. That's, that shows it was not premeditated. That's for sure. They were panicky. Justin is not as chaotic, I think, as Daniel. I think very different. But, he is not a professional cleanup person from the mob. You know what I mean? He's kind of like, he probably forgot something. So something came to his mind and he had to return, or allegedly, in my opinion, only a possibility. This is all speculation, of course, but I'm letting the statements guide me into a direction that aligns with a lot of the stuff we are learning now and that I am suggesting could have happened. And I believe did happen. Lisa says, "Hi Mike, thanks for keeping us updated and aware of people behaviors played. In this case, they are the family of lies." Yeah, of course. Janie Doe says, "Apologies for posting so frequently today. I need to curb my enthusiasm. Pivot is a basketball term. It's how a player moves the direction of the ball. In my opinion, Daniel is playing a cat and mouse game and keeping the investigation from pivoting to any type of criminal investigation." Wow, good catch, actually. Don't apologize for posting too much. I don't care. Whenever a thought, you see, that's why I make so many videos right now, because this is interesting to me. It's very interesting to me. And there are days I can't be bothered doing anything because there's nothing new coming my way. You know what I mean? So when it's, yes, okay, pivot. Wow, good catch. Pivot can refer to a fixed point around which something turns, the action of turning on that point, or significant change or shift. And yes, it mentions basketball. In basketball, it refers to a specific foot movement when in possession of the ball. It can also describe a key player or a critical factor. Wow. Wow, great comment. And of course, Julia was already on it, saying, "I was also puzzled by use of this word. Can I call you JD?" Janie Doe, yeah. Okay, we'll call you JD, right? Sounds more. Justin creeps me out. So I don't trust my God. Oh my God. Yeah, about Justin, I mean, there's a lot more we need to find out. Super video, Mike. You're getting really good at this. Wow, thank you so much. Wow. I don't want people to see who I am. Janie, yeah. If any children in my family or those of my friends were missing, I'd be trying to get everybody's attention. Absolutely. You wouldn't be hiding. Janie's eyes remind me of the photo of female patients in the asylums in the 1900s who were over medicated. Oh my God. Oh, you guys are too cool. I've ever read some more, man. There are so many of these. And believe me, doing this for much of the day, I need comic relief, and I appreciate it when it comes from smart people. I think you're right on target here. Okay. Yeah, the comments about Malaya going to the beach every day. Yeah, I think that from what I understand, when the tide recedes and takes out two bodies, they're not going to be found, guys. That would be like finding Amelia Earhart. You know what I mean? So this is a timestamp you gave me, and probably taken out. And Daniel knows about the ocean. CB Canada, thank you. You know for what? A Balance gave you and Charmaine a shout out today for the map, absolutely. And I thank Charmaine for that map very, very much. And it opened my eyes. You know, the little things can make such a huge difference. Slow-minded, fast-talking dummy. Yep, you got it. What sort of items would have been in the shed? Oh, I can imagine what it was. Even though Malaya wouldn't want people to know that she knew about that stuff. You know? She wants deniability. Remember when Cheryl backtracked and said, no, that story with Daniel in the bathroom, that's not true? Yeah. And if they took the items, okay. You're right, I still don't know where Justin was living, actually. So I'm gonna end this right now. It's been too long already. It's been an hour already. Please, the things that I brought up that I don't know about, yeah, let me know if you are able to find the specific statements from Janie. I need to listen to more of that. So I know that some of you have done great work and already sent me a lot of stuff with timestamps. So anything that Janie says that stands out, I am firetown@gmail.com. If you send it to me, that would be absolutely wonderful. Because the other thing is that with her more than an hour of audio, there are red flags in, in every set of 2 sentences. There are red flags. There are red flags everywhere. So we need to prioritize, because we want to get to what we have not yet explored. And I thank you guys so much for watching. And how about this? Since I did not... Okay, wait, I just got something. What is this? What is this? One moment. And I'm done.